So when you do security operations, you can't have this type of restriction that, hey, the Lakshman Rekha, this is applicable and this is not applicable. And in any case, I don't think situation is stable enough where the state government or anybody else should think of even diluting the measures which are being taken now. So according to me, not at all.
Armed Forces Special Powers Act is proposed to be withdrawn from 4 areas.
Yes.
Srinagar, Budgam, and then Jammu and Samba. These are the 4 districts from where it is to be withdrawn. So you are dead against the withdrawal of the act?
Absolutely against it. Even let's say when we were there, I was there 95, 97, that was the peak of militancy period. Even then we hardly entered Srinagar because it's highly populated area. Similarly, Budgam, though notorious area politically, we again avoided that area. And similarly, I don't think there's any instance in Jammu where the army has ever operated, maybe once a while and so on. So even when the act is there, it does not mean that the army goes and operates there. It is there that in case they have to go, then the situation arises, first you fight the militants and then you fight a legal battle.
But General Dhillon, as you're saying that the army has not been going into or operating in Srinagar, it has not been operating in Jammu. So don't you think this is all the more reason to withdraw the act from these very areas?
No. Not at all. You see, these are the areas which are very sensitive area. So our policy has been there that don't go into populated area where things can be misunderstood. But you still don't want these areas to become hub of militancy. Imagine if Srinagar or Jammu becomes hub of militancy because of militants not being scared at all and we have to redo it. It will be a problem by itself. So it is good to give powers to the armed forces, army, the security forces to operate wherever it is necessary to operate. Not acceptable.
But General Dhillon, the argument of the state government is that if you withdraw the act from the areas where in any case it is not being applied, it will kind of inspire confidence of the people in the state government.
What happens if we have to go in tomorrow? We have to again, will the state government give us that number of magistrates to go with us, or we'll have to request them, because anti-militancy operations take place very fast and they are based on...
But if the situation worsens, you can always bring back the act, no?
No, these are complicated issues. Where's the hurry to take it off?
When I don't think there is a hurry, General Dhillon. It has been there for a couple of years now, and those districts from where it is to be withdrawn have enjoyed, as I said, comparative peace now.
No, it is very good. So let's carry on with it till we are very sure that army is not required. And also we should remember, when does the army get involved into these operations? It is the last resort, when the state government has stopped functioning.
But you were there in the 90s. Don't you think the situation has actually taken a turn for the better in the last 10 to 15 years?
It has taken a turn for the better. Let it take even better turn.
So when do you think the situation would be ripe to withdraw the act and possibly withdraw the army?
When I think situation is coming clearer. Let other areas also stabilize. As I said, 2 pockets in Srinagar is not going to make any difference into the overall situation in the valley. Valley is one area. We should look at valley as one area. When the situation is established in the complete area, in the complete valley, withdraw it.
The argument of some officers, including some army officers, including General Tej Sapru,
yes,
is that withdraw the army from some of the interior areas and redeploy it on the border so that the LOC is strengthened.
LOC is already strengthened. The primary task of the army is basically defense of LOC and also prevent infiltration. The troops which are operating in the rear areas are basically Rashtriya Rifle, and that force task is basically to fight militancy. So I don't think you are going to save any troops, or I don't think you even require any troops on the LC. LC is as it is very well defended.
So you maintain that the grid should remain as it is and it should not be diluted?
Absolutely, not at all.
But then from what you are saying, maybe it should not, the army should not be withdrawn, or the act should not be revoked in the areas of the valley. But what about Jammu? Jammu, I am sure it can be withdrawn.
No, I said, why make that any exception, because those exceptions will stand out. It will become political issue. So best is let the armed forces, please, everybody operate the way they want to operate, and treat it as one area. Don't give any division that this will have it, this we won't have it. Don't do that.
But don't you think it would be much better to strengthen the police force rather than deploy army in such large numbers? In fact, till a couple of months ago, the total number of the army was calculated to be between 3 and 3.5 lakhs.
At no stage I would suggest that army should not be withdrawn. It is withdrawal of the army from those areas dependent on the efficiency of the police and the paramilitary forces. And army has been saying again and again, please reinforce these people, make them strong so the army gets back to its primary role stages.
But isn't law and order the primary responsibility of the state government? And here the Chief Minister himself is wanting a dilution of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act.
No, it is the state government. What we are doing is not law and order. Situation there is militancy. Law and order is different from militancy.
Then why do you think the Chief Minister is wanting a dilution of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act?
Possibly, I think most of these issues which come up are more of political oriented to score a point one over the other.
I think the CM is playing politics?
Well, I won't say no, but I won't say even yes. But the way it is being projected, I'm sure in heart to heart he also understands how the security forces function and what will happen if the security forces are not given such protection and army is pulled out.
On the eve of Diwali, there were 4 grenade attacks in various parts of the valley. And one of the senior National Conference leaders, Mr. Kamal, he actually indicated that the army itself could be behind some of these attacks.
I think this is a most immature statement which has been made by Mr. Mustafa Kamal. He is a very old member of the NC. He was a minister under Mr. Farooq, he was the health minister. If he feels that army has to ask somebody to throw 4 or 5 grenades to stay put in an area, then it shows his lack of understanding of the situation. Army will never indulge and they don't have to do it. Why should they do it? Army is not happy to be there. Army is there due to compulsion.
No, army has faced allegations of fake encounters and simulated encounters in the valley before, no?
If you don't have protection which they want to remove, army will be put in the jail as well. So those, at times people do make mistake. Once all these people will have to understand that these operations are difficult operations. There is a psychological fear. So at times people do make a mistake. As long as that mistake is not deliberate and repeated again and again, we should ignore it. Look at the human right, what we are talking of, Indian Army and what is happening in the rest of the world. No way. It's no comparison.
General Dhillon, another argument is that if you were to look at the statistics of the National Crime Records Bureau, the violence level in Jammu and Kashmir is only 2.77 per 1 lakh of the population. And the violence level in some of the other states like Arunachal Pradesh, Jharkhand, Mizoram, Chhattisgarh, Tripura is higher. Even the violence level in Haryana is much higher. It is 4.1 per 1 lakh population. So don't you think all this is a reason enough, a ground enough not to have so much army presence there, not to have special acts like the Armed Forces Special Powers?
I think one of the reasons the crime rate is so low in Kashmir is first the presence of security forces, and secondly the population of that state is peace loving. Their whole thing has been spoiled by the militancy which is being encouraged by people from across. Otherwise this J&K or Kashmir people are peace loving. And the statistics are more of law and order.
There are some people who feel, especially the human rights activists and some political leaders,
yes,
who feel that the army has developed a vested interest in staying on in the valley.
What vested interest? I like to ask them, what vested interest
well,
are they talking
about?
They
get awards, gallantry awards, medals, they get promotions.
They are meaningless. What gallantry award are we talking about? How much money they get? What is there in that one?
Right. Thank you very much, General Dhillon, for taking your time out to talk to us. Thank you.
Okay.
So while one former corps commander supports the withdrawal of the act from the 4 districts, another opposes it. When I discussed the issue with Brigadier Bhupinder Singh, he had a very different take. Brigadier Bhupinder, the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has suggested that the Armed Forces Special Powers Act be withdrawn from 4 districts of J&K. These are the 4 districts which have enjoyed comparative peace. two in the valley and 2 areas in the Jammu region. The opinion of the army officers is divided on this. You've been a commander on ground. What is your opinion?
As far as the valley is concerned, I am not in agreement with the proposal as given by the Chief Minister, but definitely within the Jammu region, which has been comparatively peaceful in the beginning, apart from and now, apart from a couple of years in between, the Special Powers Act can be revoked, and the additional powers can be given to the police or the paramilitary forces to take over that area.
So are you suggesting that in Srinagar and Budgam districts, the Special Powers Act should stay, and in Jammu and Samba region, you could actually revoke the act?
Yes, I am in agreement with that.
Why do you say that?
Well, because of the situation I have said. Because Jammu and Samba has comparatively, relatively enjoyed a far better peaceful time than the valley, and more so because the infiltration per se is easier in the northern area than in the Jammu area. Infiltration into, let us say, into the interiors of Samba.
So broadly what you are saying is that south of Pir Panjal, the act could be withdrawn.
No, when you say south of Pir Panjal, you also then you cover the Rajouri area, which I don't agree. So it is the Jammu district, I will say the plains area. Okay. The moment you get into the hilly area from beyond Jammu, the moment you go to the Rajouri and Poonch areas, those are akin to what is happening in the north. It is primarily, I would say, it is linked to the infiltration, which is easier in the hilly areas than in the plains.
What is the view of the people of the valley on the issue? We asked Muhammad Saeed Malik, a political commentator in Srinagar, and he too said that it was time for the act to go. However, he had doubts if the act could be withdrawn from a part of the state.
Personally, I am not sure whether it is practicable at all. Kashmir is a small place, valley from Baramulla to Kazigund, plain area. When you travel in a bus, you never are conscious you are traveling from Baramulla district to Budgam district to Srinagar district to Anantnag district, in 2 hours time. So to compartmentalize it for effective enforcement, is it possible? Is it feasible? I have my doubts on that.
While Muhammad Saeed Malik admitted that some army personnel had been involved in excesses, he thought it was preposterous to suggest that army could be behind the 4 grenade attacks on the eve of Diwali.
That is the most stupid presumption. One, army doesn't need to do it. If they want to continue Armed Forces Special Act, nobody in the government establishment, particularly relating to Kashmir, whether it is in Delhi and Srinagar, dare to say no, because army is responsible.
But he was categorical that the Special Powers Act should go.
If you think that this is as much a part of India as any other state, time probably has come for it to go.
Whether or not to revoke the Special Powers Act from parts of Jammu and Kashmir remains a debatable point. However, since the Chief Minister of the state, possibly after much thought and deliberation, is wanting its withdrawal from the 4 districts enjoying comparative peace, it would be worthwhile to accept his recommendation. Should the situation worsen, the act can always be clamped back again. That is all in this episode. Do write your feedback. Next week we meet again with a new issue. Till then, good luck and goodbye.